Hi YouTube fans, it's me again, Angie Bailey, with another inspirational video. And today's inspirational video, I thought it would be a good time to maybe talk about being a mom. And what better place to do that than being in my son's room? But shh, don't tell him I'm in here. He gets really mad when I'm in his room when he's not here. So shh, he's at his grandma's house, so it's fine. But yeah, I just thought that moms could use a little bit of inspiration, because I know I can. So I have a son who is 11 years old, and he has autism and ODD. For those of you who do not know what ODD is, it's really hard to explain, so I suggest just look it up on Google and it explains everything. As for what autism is, there's all different kinds of autism. So once again, just go on Google, or better yet, maybe don't go on Google, because when I went on Google to look it up, it really didn't explain anything, and it just didn't make sense. So I would either maybe talk to someone who has a kid that has autism. That's what I did. Or go to the library and check out a book if libraries are even open. But hey, that's just me. That's what I did. So let's just all agree right now that it's hard being a mom sometimes, especially if you're like me, a single mom, and you're doing it all on your own and raising a kid on your own who has these disabilities. And then it's hard to even tell other people about the things that your son has, because then they just have like their own opinions. Or I've had like really mean mothers like basically judge my son and call him retarded, and then I'm just like, okay, he's not retarded, he just has autism and ODD. They're disabilities. He's still really smart, and he's got an awesome imagination. He can do things that regular kids can do. It's just a disability. So if you're one of those moms who's listening to this and you think that it's some kind of retardation, then just keep passing along these videos and don't even bother listening to this, because obviously it's not for you if that's what you think that autism and ODD is. But for the moms who are listening to this, or even just regular people listening to it, I guess the only thing I can really tell you, and what I can tell myself, is it's something that you just take one day at a time. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is stressful, it is hard, and there's days where you just want to like run for the hills. Or, you know, me, I would go outside and just take a breather. Or sometimes I lock myself in the bathroom and have myself a good cry, because even though you're doing the best you can, I know that sometimes, like me, you just feel like you're a failure no matter what you do, no matter what encouragements you get from other people saying you're a great mom, you're doing really good. But I know that sometimes, even with all that encouragement and all the compliments, if your kid gets upset, then automatically you think that it's your fault. So then you feel bad, and you have to give yourself a little bit of a cry. And that's okay. I love my son. He's everything to me, and I would do anything for him. But if we're being honest, moms, some days you're just kind of like, Can someone please take my kid for a day or a week? I am blessed to have my mom that helps out, or his other grandma who is always like, just bring him over. And so that gives me a little bit of a break. But when he's gone, I'll come into his room, and for some reason, it's like I was happy to get this break, but then I get that sense of sadness when I walk into his room and he's not there. I mean, I guess it's just because it's the love that we have for our children. We need a break, yes, but we also need them there because they're our kids. They mean everything to us. So, this is just going to be a short video because I'm not the best at maybe giving inspiration about being a mom. So, I guess what I can say is it's hard. It's stressful. You know, it's hard. That's all I can really say. So, especially when, like I said in the beginning, when you're a single mom, it's really hard, and you're doing everything. You're the one who cooks for him. You're the one who, or them. Um, you're the one who cooks for them. You're the one who cleans after them. You're the one who teaches them. Especially with COVID going on, you're their teacher. Um, you're the one that comforts them, takes them places, buy them things. You're basically everything. And it's true what they say. Like, being a mom really is a full-time job. Even when they're in their teens and they're off doing their own thing, it's still a full-time job because you gotta make sure that they're staying out of trouble, that they're going to school, that they're hanging out with the right crowd, that they're making good decisions. And so even as they get older, it never stops. You're a mom for the rest of their lives. Even, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm in my 30s and I still call my mom every day asking her for advice, and my sister does the same thing. So, you know, kids rely on mothers a lot. And I'm not, and if there's dads listening, trust me, you do your part too. And um, for those whose dads are in their kids' lives, that's good. Um, I applaud you for that. So, thank you for sticking around, fathers. That's a very good thing. And for people out there who are stepfathers, you stepped up, you took on the responsibility of another man's child, and that's amazing. I may be a single mom, but I won't be for long. I'm actually getting married very soon, who will take on the role of being my son's stepfather, and he's amazing. So that's why, if you are a stepfather or soon to be stepfather, and you've already taken on the role of raising another man's child, then awesome job. That's amazing, because I know that that's hard, especially stepmothers. If you're taking the place of, you're not taking the place, you can never replace someone's mom, but you're stepping up and letting the child know that you're there for them, that you care for them, and that if they need anything, that they can come to you. So good for you, stepmothers. Good for you, stepfathers. And good, single mothers, or even not single mothers. It's a hard job. So good job to all of you. But going back to the main point of this video, I may not be doing like the best inspiration right now, but I think it's because I'm trying to shed some truth on it, that all you can do is take a breath and know that you got this, and that even though you want to cry, you want to scream, you want to rip your hair out, you want to give up and just throw in the towel, even though you can't do that, um, that there's, I don't know, like, for me to explain this, there are days where I've felt that way, wanting to scream, yell, rip my hair out, run away, um, cry. But when I look into his, when I look into his eyes, there's always, he just makes me so happy. And I could be having the worst day, and just seeing that smile on his face lets me know that I'm doing okay. I'm doing a good job. I'm doing the best that I can. And that's all mothers can really do. All we can do is the best that we can. And at the end of the day, we're just going to have to accept that. And I don't want to keep repeating myself. So, all I can really say is good job to all the mothers out there. And if you have a kid with a disability, it can be a little bit more challenging, but we got this. And everything will be okay. If I'm okay dealing with it, then you'll be okay dealing with it. And if you don't have, if you're one of those mothers who don't really have help like I do, where I can send him to my mom's or his other grandmother's house, and it's just you, constantly you, I'm really sorry. I really hope that you can find someone who can just give you a little break, because I'm going to be honest, all of us, all mothers out there, we all need a break. Just a day where we can just not have to worry about bedtime is this time, dinner time is this time, he's got homework, or he or she's got homework, he or she needs to do this, he or she needs to do that, I gotta teach now, I gotta do this now, I gotta do that now. A moment where you can just say, I don't have to do anything today, and I'm just going to lounge around and do what I want to do for a day, and not have to worry about the responsibility of being a mother. But the thing is like, even when they're gone, he's not here, but I'm still like, picking up after him, or making sure he's got, clean sheets when he comes home, and clean clothes in his drawer that he can change into, and making sure that I have a nice snack or a meal set out for when he returns home. Just making sure that he's comfortable coming back home. So even though he's not here, I'm still constantly thinking about him, and like all mothers do, he might be gone for a day or two, but the job is never done. So I guess I can say is it's tough, but we'll all get through it. It just takes one day at a time. So that's all I really got for inspiration. I know that I've repeated myself millions of times, mostly just saying it's hard, because it is hard. But I love him, and I wouldn't trade anything in the world, because he's my number one. And he makes me happy. He makes me smile. He makes me laugh. He's my pride and joy. And And even though he's got these disabilities, there's always help out there. There's answers out there. I'm still trying to figure out answers for myself, and I've known about this for over a year now, and I'm still trying to figure out things. So you just gotta hang in there and know that you're doing the best you can. So to you mothers out there, or stepfathers, or stepmothers, or fathers, you are doing the best you can. And good job. Never doubt yourself. So that's all I got for today. Make sure you tell your kids that you love them, because they always like to, okay, like maybe like they don't always like to hear that, but my 11-year-old, because he's still young, he still likes to hear that. But like if you have a teenager who's just always like, leave me alone, and then slams the door in your face, because I used to do that to my mom, and now I feel bad now that I'm a mom myself. Even if they don't want to hear it, just say it anyway. Just be like, if the teenager slams the door in your face, or she's like, I don't want, or he or she is just like, I don't want to talk right now, then she's like, that's fine, I love you. And then be like, yeah, whatever. And you're like, and then, you just go on with your night or your day. And because at least at the end of the day, you tried. And that's all you can do. So that's what I've got for today. Maybe we'll catch up more when I do a little bit more research of just exactly what mothers go through on a day-to-day basis. But I'm just going to end here so I don't keep repeating myself. So, you have a good night, and everything will be just fine. And remember to be inspirational. Bye.